All right. There probably be good. Perfect. Perfect. What's up? How you guys doing? What's up, Mariah? Mimi. What's up, C. Justine? What's up, Renee? What's up, Banji? Hey, Sarah. Hey, I'm glad to have you here. Yeah, you got Hurley right in the beginning of the stream. We just started. Let me put this down a little bit more. I think I like that better. Yeah. I think I like that better. Maybe angle it a bit too. Right. Probably right there. I think that's best. What's up, Ada? What's up, Missy? What's up, Desiree? Hey, Gloria. Hey, Kathy. Oh, this is the first live you've been able to catch? Awesome. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Absolutely. I'm excited to go ahead and give you that insight. It's very hot in here. Let me go ahead and put my fan a little bit higher. What's up? What's up, Janelle? What's up, Elcinda? We'll give it just one more minute and give everybody a fair chance to get in here before we start. Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Hey, Erica. Sarah's first live also? Awesome. Yeah, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, around the time frame of 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I come on here. What's up, Cancer 863? All right, let's get this a little more situated. I think we left off with 1 or 2 super chatters last time. 3, actually. Yeah, we left off with 3 super chatters. So before we get into free people, we'll do those 3 super chatters we left off from last time. And it definitely needs something to balance this. Get another deck to do that. Okay. All right. How can I help you? You from here? Hey. Mark, I'm actually married, so good for you. I've been married for almost 6 years now. And I've been with my wife for almost 10 years, so why don't you just learn how to be a good man, Mark? Maybe you'll be able to say the same thing. Yeah, my wife is literally one of the moderators. Amber. And maybe if Mark learns how to become a good man, he'll be able to say he has a wife too. Oh, you used to follow me on Instagram? Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Tia. All right. So we'll go ahead and start explaining the rules to everybody. This is the 3 ways that you can go ahead and get a reading from yours truly. All right. So first option is the completely free option. I need you to do 3 things if you'd like to get a reading from here today. I don't care if you can't super chat. I don't care if you can't become a member or if you're here free. Everybody here has the same amount of love and intention with every single reading I give, okay? So if you're somebody that's in a position where you can't do those things, please do not feel pressured. You are just as valued and just as important as everybody else. We just go ahead and we have a variety of options depending on what a person is able to do, all right? So with that being said, if you're a free person, please make sure you comment your name, you comment your zodiac sign, and you comment a yes/no format question. Okay, here are some examples. Is this person a soul tie? Is spirit guiding me to give him another chance for career? Is spirit calling me to go into this new job, etc.? Those are the types of things you guys can ask. Absolutely will be qualified. The second option you guys have is the super chatting here. So super chatting basically is you choose to send the creator a certain amount of money. And I have a breakdown I've made for people who choose to super chat an energy exchange. Energy exchange is in every form of currency, way more than money, but absolutely money is a currency, and we have to acknowledge the truth of everything. So energy, time, effort, emotions, all of that is still a frequency, is still an exchange. Based off the amount of dollars that you would like to send to me, I'm going to promise an amount of cards, an amount of minutes you get during your reading. The free people, it's all guided. I could go for a minute, I could go for 5 minutes for a free person. But somebody that 1000% wants their reading to be answered, no shadow of a doubt, not waiting for it to be called to see if spirit calls me to that person, those people have to be super chatters. You as a super chatter are allowed to ask also a general question. If you have a specific question, or if you want to know what's my general energy surrounding me, that takes a lot of energy out of me. Is it possible? Absolutely. And I enjoy and I love doing this for you guys, but it takes a lot of energy to be a reader. And something that keeps things organized and balanced is understanding the power and trust and importance of energy exchange. A yes/no question, it's easy. It's easy. I can feel you want a direct answer to one specific thing in your life. Awesome. But if I go into a general poll, I'm picking up on every part of your existence. And I'm just telling you guys this here right now, so we're more communicative. And we can get it right done in the beginning, because this is important stuff to talk about. But then get to the meat and potatoes of everything, which is giving you insight and clarity. So if you decide to super chat, and if you like to do that, if you click on your screen and you pull up the description of this live, you will see that energy breakdown grid I created. And everything I'm stating here is also going to be in the description of the live if you need a refresher on anything. So the last option for you would be if you become a member. So YouTube has the memberships section, where basically, in case you've never heard of the memberships, it's a creator makes specific posts and benefits and videos that only members are allowed to see. So if you join the membership team on a live, I actually get a notification of that. And since you joined this membership team, no matter what tier you choose, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, don't matter to me. You became a member, that's what's up. You're going to get either a law of attraction card pull or a general card pull. Law of attraction card pull explains what is the energy, how spirit's saying, are you doing anything to stunt a manifestation? Are you in flow? Is there anything that's blocking a manifestation, like a person or etc., that is not serving your highest good anymore? Or the general energy of what spirit thinks is best for you to know right then and there. That is the breakdown. Anything else? Oh, Alda, I believe if you just click on your screen, there should be an option that says join the membership. And I'm pretty sure that's all you have to do. If for some reason it's not popping up, if you do go to my profile, there's like a little button that says join the membership. But awesome, guys. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 3 people, the 3 super chatters we left off from last stream, and then we'll get into about 30 to 40 minutes of free people, okay? All right. Awesome. And then let's get a drink. Oh. Stepped this my way. Okay, good. Alrighty, our first person. That was L3. L3. You asked, what are his true feelings for you? Awesome. I feel like starting with tarot with you today, and our tarot deck today is the Knights of Templar. All right. What are his true feelings for my friend L3? Okay. Well, from the very, very beginning, wow. So from the very beginning, my friend, right at the beginning, he was like, this is a person that I've been looking for. I'm not going to say this is a very overly romantic individual. I don't feel the way that they speak to themselves in their mind is very romanticized. It's more just like straight cut, narrow. But he was like, this is the woman. This is the type of person I have been looking for. She has qualities that are green flags to me. I'm attracted to her. What could go wrong? I want to start this. I want to get into this. I'm positive. I feel motivated. Current energy, you guys definitely are going through like a little hard part, but it's still the sense of camaraderie. It's still, I want to be in a healthy relationship with you. And the healthiest relationships go through roller coaster bumps. That's when you know if somebody actually can be a roller coaster buddy in your life. It's very easy during the motivation phase when it's exciting to get along with a person. But about after 3 months of talking to somebody, you enter this phase where you start seeing more of their true colors shining. You either see the person that you assumed them to be is accurate within the 3 to 6 months of first getting to know somebody. That is the period where it's not like the sense of like pretending to be something they're not, but we all put a game face on when we meet somebody. It's not being a fake version of yourself, but it's being the most proper version of yourself. And then throughout time, with comfortability, you just relax. You become who you are. And that's when you figure out the people you are when you're relaxing, etc., still have that same chemistry. I see currently you guys are going through a hard spot. And both of you need to be what I'm hearing is your conversations can start really, really well, but then very fast they can become combative. It can be kind of like trying to hit each other's egos, defensiveness. And when we go into that field, neither person is going to hear each other. Neither person, no matter who's right, who's wrong, whatever, it's not going to happen. And so maybe Spirit's saying, why don't you guys allow yourself to have more, and go with me here, have more separation when you get to those moments of confrontation. And I'm not saying big separation for further growth. I'm not saying the further growth thing. I'm meaning like literally an hour, or a day, or just a day and a half, going to a different room and saying, hey, if we continue to talk right now, I'm going to say things I don't mean. You are going to say things you don't mean. And we're going to go backtracking. So because of my love and respect for you, I think that we should go into separate rooms for a little bit, or I'm going to go hang out at my friend's house for a little bit, but I promise you I'm going to be back. I promise you. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people with abandonment issues simply need to be told, and it be real, and it be shown, proven to them it's real. Saying the words, I'm coming back. Me needing to take a moment for myself is not me abandoning you. I am coming back. You guys got this. All right. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and mark that out. All right. Perfect. Riva was our next person we left off with last time. Riva, you're Leo, and you were wanting to know, what does your love life look like in the future? What does your love life look like in the future? Okay, so in the past, they're giving me a past, present, future poll to understand your relationship life. It's been very complex. And you did not come from I'm not discrediting your family, what they did do, but you definitely came from an upbringing where emotions and safety was not always felt. Like, I feel that he was walking on eggshells around a certain house. Like, maybe your father was somebody who had some form of either just like an anger management problem, or even maybe a possible substance like drinking, because it feels like a person who could be so loving and so caring, and then in one split second, like literally their face transforms into somebody else. It's like they're a different human being, and it's a big mind fuck. It's a big mind fuck when somebody gives you so much love and affection, but also neglect and emotional abuse and etc. So you from the very beginning you're like, okay, I gotta realize there are amazing, great qualities in my parents, but there is a lot that I was deserving of more. And that's not me being a selfish child. That's me being a selfless soul and understanding my importance. And currently in your life, you feel like you haven't received your knight in shining armor. You haven't received the person that, it's not that they have to wisp you away off your feet, but be your protector. Be a team, but they be that sense of a spiritual and physical protector. The masculine is the physical and spiritual protector. Well, both are. The feminine and the masculine are both spiritual protectors of the other. But the masculine is the physical protector, and the feminine is then the more emotional protector. And then you guys build this strong foundation where you're able to transmute that energy back and forth to each other when need be. I see your future is attracting in that charming, caring, empathetic leader. You are not settling in love, and it is very hard in today's world for, let me reword that, okay, a little bit. It used to be easier for, this is more something I believe and things I've seen, okay? And then you take if this resonates for you, but I believe it used to be kind of easier for divines to align before there was more distractions in the world, when there was so much social media and like easy ways to just meanest, like, you know, when you're scrolling on an app, you're not seeing a person all the time. You're just seeing what you think, and you don't see the soul. That's what's missing from the world. Of course, things evolve, and I've seen plenty of people who are divines and etc. go on dating apps and find each other. It's not the hate of the dating app; it's the energy behind it. I mean, the dating apps are designed, most of them are designed to actually keep you single and keep you coming back for more. And if you find certain ones and individuals on those types of apps that don't have that mindset, that's phenomenal. But in today's world, so many people are like, why can't I just seem to find my person? Why is it easier for others? Well, my friends, it's some people, it's not that it's easier. Spirit aligned them at a different time because of freedom of will. A divine connection that met 10 years ago is just as important as a divine connection that's meeting together right now. Time is an illusion, and Spirit wants you to see what you are teaching, what you are telling the world to create your story is somebody like this coming in and not dealing with what you had in the past. We truly are the authors of our own stories, and freedom of will of others, it can throw off remembering that. All right. Please make sure to like and share the live as well if I am helping you. It helps me greatly. Like, that is one of the biggest forms of energy exchanges. All right. It helps more people in the collective be able to find me. Alrighty. Grace was our last super chatter. We left off on last time. And then we are going to start formulating our first group of super chatters. But before we get into them, we're going to do about 30 to 40 minutes of free people. Okay? All right. So, Grace, you would like to know what's coming next for you. What's coming next for you? And we're going to choose career. I feel like I'm supposed to ask what's coming next in your career. Okay, right now, you're wanting to know if you need to get out of it. Okay. Have you been thinking about getting another job? As soon as I started channeling this last card, I felt my lungs expand, like I need to talk, like I need to defend myself, like something I've been holding back for so long. So right now you're like, this job at the past, I know I was at peace with fate with it. I knew that for a time being it was stable. It gave me the ability to live, but this isn't my forever. And you're starting to feel a change of leadership, or even of just how the company is operating. And you're like, I'm picking up on something's going to happen soon with this company. Either there's going to be people getting laid off. There's going to be a whole change of morals, things that don't align with me anymore. I could even get a pay cut because they're trying to save money or whatever. And you're like, I'm not deserving of that. You're feeling spirits calling you that something, if you stay where you are, it's going to actually bite you in the foot. There is still more time for you to be there, but if you've been thinking about making a career change, applying for a new job, they're definitely telling you to get on it, because you are picking up on something. It's not going to happen now, like the layoffs. I'm hearing thoughtful months. thoughtful months. I'm seeing I'm seeing a timeline. 2 months to 6 months from now, this is going to happen. 2 to 6 months from now, this is where this big change within that company is arising. And Spirit says you will be out by that time. You will have seen the call. You will have seen the call come in. Okay, I'm seeing a caller ID. And I'm seeing, okay, be careful about, okay, that makes so much sense. And I'm going to go on to the next person. I've had a lot of people tell me they have been receiving everybody's receiving a deep amount of spam calls and scammers because of what, a lot of people's like data got leaked. We all know how it did for the most of us here. And that's where all these, scammers and stuff have received your guys' messages or your guys' like, not your message, but they'll send text messages or they'll call you, etc. And of course, always use discernment for what I'm about to say, because even though what I'm about to say is happening, I know it might be a little confusing right now, but I have to surf with it this way because there's a lot happening right now. So thank you for your patience with that. You're gonna receive a call that says spam likely, or it's gonna say spam likely. It's going to be an unrecognized number, and it's actually an offer for a job. Now, it's going to be something you already applied for. You're going to be able to use your discernment and know, okay, hey, this is coming in, but there are these spam calls still happening. I'm telling you this because this is not an opportunity that's supposed to miss you. And I'm hearing this is a type of opportunity, even if they missed you once, they would try to call you again, but they're not going to try to call you 3 times to get this offer. I am seeing Spirit recommend you should answer the spam calls, but you instantly will be able to know if that's a fake person or not. And it will be a job that you actually, like, when you hear the company that's calling you back or whatever, you're going to have a visual outwardly reaction. Like, you're going to feel, whoa, like you're pulled to it. And if it's a spam call, you're not going to feel that. You're going to feel like, what the fuck, and then you just hang up. And I think Spirit's really saying right now, it's like, don't let one person or one situation stop you from seeing all the possibilities. Okay, I'm gonna go forward, but Spirit is calling you to do a career change. They want you to be aware of, and I was seeing 2 numbers, 9 and 4. So the first 2 number that calls you for this could be 9 or 4. All right, so that was the first group of super chatters. That was the finishing off the super chatters from last stream. Now we're going to start formulating the first group of super chatters. All right, so let me go ahead and put this to the side. Hey, Jack Stacks, I saw your message. I saw your comment. So if on the last one you missed it, they're pre-recorded. They're recorded. So if you go back into my YouTube, if you go into my YouTube profile and you click on the past lives little section, they're all recorded and you can find it there. So whatever date it was, the live you saw, just go to that one. And I don't repeat answers for people, my friend. So it is there. You just have to take some time to find it, okay? All right. Perfect. See, Justine's going to be our first today. All right. See, Justine, you're going to be number 1 today. All right. Maria, you are number 2 today. Missy Blow, you are number 3 today. Olga, you are number 4 today. Let's scroll down. Marie, you're number 5 today. Jack Sachs. I'll make sure this is a general pull for you. Thank you, my friend. General. Tracy. 34. You are number 7 today. Right. Okay, so that's going to be the first group of super chatters. Go ahead. Anybody after this point that super chat, you'll be the second group of super chatters. And we only do 2 groups. All right. Now that we got that settled, we're going to now go ahead to 30 to 40 minutes of free people, okay? Right. And then let me go ahead and make sure we're at 26. 36. Okay. Just give myself a time frame to the 05. To the next 5. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and do this, guys. All right. Aries Divina, you are a member. Thank you for being here. Your name is Lizzie. You're an Aries, and you would like to know, you'll be successful with your skincare project. Dope. Just careful. Okay, so I'm nowhere near a skincare expert, other than just like the basic, like I use fucking eye cream and shit like that, but that's about the closest it gets to being a skincare person. What I'm seeing though is I know that there's a lot with skincare products, like isn't there like acid involved with them, like the face pilling and things like that? I'm hearing be careful. Not that this is not going to be successful. It is. But there's something about non-abrasive skincare. A lot of people say that their stuff is like for sensitive skin and etc., and it turns out it's not. It actually is like packed with chemicals, and it can really hurt and even mess with people's hormones and etc. There is something about you where like, I want a true skincare company. I want a true skincare company that doesn't lie about their product and still can make it affordable for people. And Spirit wants you to know, do not overstock yourself. But I know that's not talking about actual, it's talking about the amount of products. They want you to start with 3 products. Do not overwhelm yourself, because it's better to have quality versus quantity. Right now, just do the 3 basic things, like a scrubber that's not abrasive, then a face moisturizer, and then like a serum is what I'm hearing. Because serums are different, right? I'm pretty sure serums are different than lotion. But you are on the right path. This is more than successful. The last thing you have to remember, if you do not promote yourself, nobody will. A lot of people have imposter syndrome about promoting themselves and think that it's like it has to be a complete mix of organic connection with your clientele, etc. But if you aren't being your own cheerleader, you can only go so far. So allow yourself to be your own manager, to be your own advertiser, to be your own everything for a while. Own your craft. You more than can have this be successful, okay? You definitely have a big future. All right, then I like to keep track. Okay. Hey, Tammy. Honored to help you. All right, so you're a Leo, and you have a question about T, a Scorpio. You're wanting to know, will he stay this time? I'm honored to help you. All right, you are wanting to know, is T planning to stay? You guys really did start a new beginning. We have to be willing to throw away the past. and saying it that way on purpose. You guys, you had a conversation, like a deep conversation, a way that he's never spoke before. Masculine, that's one of the ones I've been seeing, channeling in his feminine energy. Part of that collective where I'm seeing the realization, the aha moment this week. He has plans on staying. In the mind of this masculine, I do not see wanting to jump away from this feminine. And it's like the feeling of like, oh shit, like I gotta keep this. I got her back. She actually, again, unconditionally accepted me back. What am I doing? I'm never going to lose her again. And that's how he sees this. He sees it as he lost you. He doesn't even see it as you lost him or etc. Like, I mean, he understands the hurt he did. But what I'm trying to say with this example is, it's not a feeling of like he wants something from you. It's not a feeling of, oh, I just don't have anybody right now, so I'm going to go back to that. The feeling is, I lost her by self-sabotage, and I will not do that again. So it feels very like at this moment in time, his complete intentions are to stay. But to remember, you guys are going to have roller coaster bumps. It's about not harping in the past. You have to move forward if you want the story to continue. All right. Check. Okay. That's right, Dakota. All right. Let's see. And remember, guys, just a refresher for you. If you're wanting to ask something like, is this person my twin flame or etc., I'm going to ask you to either ask this: is this person a soul tie or are they a karmic? Out of respect for you, in a live reading, you cannot 1010% guarantee if somebody is your divine counterpart and twin flame. This is the reason, because there are so many other souls here that are part of your collective. Something that intense, something that connected to you personally, even if I'm reading, I know for a fact there could be at least one other person I'm picking up on that's very close to you, and they're more inching towards that part of being ready to know and discover that next part, and you aren't. And it's better to know the truth 1000% than half of a truth. I can 1000% tell you in a live reading if we have a twin, or if we have a soulmate, if we have a soul tie, or we have a karmic. And that gives you one step closer to knowing if this is a divine. A soul tie is somebody you reincarnate with in every lifetime. You have a specific reason you're in each other's lives. And you're not destined to stay in each other's life. You're destined to meet. And freedom of will takes it from there. Soulmates are randomized souls that we do not reincarnate with in every life, but they are guides or more souls along the way, passengers with you along the spiritual purpose. And then it's kind of just like, once you get to that station, the next station, you guys part ways. And a karmic is a person that is meant to teach you lessons. You will go through a lot, and a lot of times, once that's been served, that purpose, that lesson, you go complete ways. If I don't feel that you're a soul tie, I can guarantee you for sure, 1000%, they're not your divine. But to 1000% guarantee if somebody is your divine, that needs to be a personal reading, okay? And this is my universal truth. You take it from there, what your heart tells you. But me and the only other readers I trust are authentic, all agree on this, what I'm saying. We agree that out of respect for the clientele and law of attraction and filling and gliding with the cards, it cannot be done in a personal, or it can only be done in a personal reading. So if you're going to be here and you're going to ask, is this my person, my twin flame? Is this person my divine? Respectfully, unless you state it in the same question in a way of, is this my soul tie? Is this my karmic? I'm going to keep looking until somebody is following that flow. Okay? I understand completely the question. Do not beat yourself up in your head or anything. I completely understand the question. But this is me helping you guys understand the other side of this. I feel like a lot of readers, not to be that way, not to like, oh, other readers, like there's so many good readers in this world. God, talented, amazing people. But I feel something that could be missing a little bit from this spiritual community is readers explaining to you how this stuff even works, like what goes on our side, to make it more understanding, right? And real and raw. So, out of respect for you, go ahead and just ask if this is a soul tie, or out of respect for you, just go ahead and ask, is this a soul tie? Is this a karmic? And I'll be able to tell you for sure if it's not your, I can tell you for sure it's not your divine, but that line of, is this just a soul tie, or if this is your divine, that's where the break happens, where I'm like, ooh, that is too much their timeline. Okay, so I'll try to also, I'm going to make sure to put that in my description as well. I'll try to add a little part, make it more cohesive to like flow with and keep in your brain. But yeah, just remember that. All right. All right. Does soul ties have the same higher self as us? I would definitely say it's like so you a great example I like to give is Avatar. You know, the tree and how everything is connected and all of them are part of like each other. That is how the higher selves all connect. You all were created. Okay, so this is my universal truth. I've never said this in a live before. I say this to personal reading people. My universal truth is every soul is created when a star is born, when there's a bang, when all that energy has bursted. I feel that when I see my universal truth, guys, what I'm saying is, in a very short way, this is something the universe had to teach me and no human could tell me. Any human that tried to tell me this, I would not have believed. I had to have spirit show me. I had to have the universe show me so I could trust others. And when I say my universal truth, that's what I mean. And I'm basically guiding you to do the same. I'm telling you something that the universe only could tell me. And I do not expect you to just believe my words, because I couldn't just believe somebody else's words. And when you're ready with time, like, you have the experiences. So it's just a way of me saying, don't 1000%, even though I 1000% believe what I am saying, you still use your discernment. And real leaders should tell you to do that. Real leaders should say, don't look at just me. They should say, do your own research. Know that all of us have something to teach each other. Okay. So my universal truth is that when stars are born, when they are created, that is where a bunch of souls manifest. And in your cluster, whatever star that was born, which I think is actually connected to astrology, to be quite frank, is the other soul ties. In your energies, you're connected. Just like that tree. It's like the tree of life. So your higher selves are all individual, but you are a collective consciousness, if that makes sense. All right. Next person, let's see. Remember, guys, make sure you just put your name, zodiac, and the yes/no question. Thank you. All right, Catherine, what's up, homie? You're a Capricorn, and you would like to know, will you be able to quit your job by August? Will you be able to quit your job by August? What's happening right now? What's happening in August? And in between. Past, present, future poll. Okay. If you were to leave right now, okay, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Wow, okay. If you were to leave right now, it would lead to having much more turmoil when it comes to home life. I understand. I can feel how you hate going there. It's not like the worst job you've had in the world, but you don't feel fulfilled. Spirit wants you to know this is just a moment in time. Do not leave this job until you have something else lined up. What I'm hearing is if you're in the mindset of remembering this is just a moment in time, and you make sure you're only applying for jobs you truly want, not ones where you're like, okay, well, this is the same pay range, and it's like, I guess I could do that. You're just switching the same energy to another place. If you're already in a place that you're secure, but you don't feel fulfilled, we don't need to move to another situation that's the same way. You need to apply only for places you truly desire to work. There's going to be another flow of energy when you allow yourself to see, okay, you know what? By August, I might not have a new job yet, because that's what I'm hearing. But next summer I'm talking about, there's something different. I do see you're going to have some other form of income come in. So there may be something you're going to plan on doing on the side as well. It does seem like form of like a delivery. So I think that like UPS or etc., those places, they hire part-time like people to like come pick up certain packages, and then they use their own cars to drive around and deliver them. And then also things like like Instacart and etc. I've heard some great things with people saying Instacart. There's going to be something you do where it's like you're your own boss, and doing this you may have to file a form of a 1099. That's what, yeah, off the top of my head, yeah, that's what it's called, 1099. I'm just blanking for a second, but yeah, it's going to be like having to form some form of like being your own self-employed, being your own employee. And eventually, though, once we're edging in to the next summer, you're not going to have that either. You're going to be just fully on one job. So right now, Spirit's suggesting you to, it doesn't have to be those two examples. It could be something else. There's something around your neighborhood or around your town that it's like, it could even be a place that just delivery, food service, etc., that you're like, oh, I could like working there for a part-time job or etc. It just looks like right now they're letting you know that no, it's not going to be before August that you can quit your job and still be able to have financial stability in your home. But they are letting you know to remember, this is not the end. This is not your forever. There is going to be a little migration of how you're going about making your money, but you got this. All right. And let's go ahead and mark that person off. Honored to help you. All right, we're going to scroll up some. I'm honored to help you, Raquel. Raquel, I would love to go ahead and help you. Please just make sure that you do a yes/no question for me, okay? Okay, let's try to scroll back down. Hey, Samantha, yes, you can, but please go ahead and just give me your zodiac and a yes/no question, okay? I'm doing great, Nadine. Good to see you. Oh, you're from Switzerland, Christina? That's awesome. Let's see. In simple English. Okay. You know what, Christina? I can see that you're saying that English isn't your best, and I know on a live they don't have subtitles. I think you worded this and I'm pretty sure the way you worded it was with the complete intention of being a yes/no question. So I'm going to go ahead and answer. And you asked if I could do like simple English. Yeah. So let me just read it in a way I can make it a yes/no question. I'm not having an easy time. I'd be very grateful if you could tell me a few sentences about my situation. I'm not having an easy time. Okay. Let's do this. What are they going through? Let me know what they're getting through. Okay, financial investment. You invested your money to either a person, a business, or even I'm hearing like a new product that has not came back, and you feel like you threw yourself under a bus, or you feel like you were lied to, that something would come back and it hasn't. Spirit wants you to remember, they see what's going on. Even if a human doesn't keep their promises, if you stay true to who you are, Spirit's going to make sure your return comes back. The person that you gave your money to, it does look like that from that soul. That's a loss. They don't want you to expect or give any more energy to them, okay? But turn around the way that you feel. This is still a divine intervention. What I'm hearing, if you would have continued in business with this person, this company, you would have actually ended up losing way more. So it's better that things fell through for whoever this person was that you were helping invest now than later. There is a suggestion of having to migrate maybe right now the way your lifestyle has been. And I'm not saying throwing away your comfort, but are there certain things that used to be a necessity that, because things are a little different now, aren't really needing to be a necessity anymore? Are we buying multiple forms of perfume instead of just one or two that are our favorite? Little things right now are going to help you significantly with restoring those finances. In time, you will be back to that return of complete financial freedom. They want you to be rest assured that even though this didn't go according to plan, you are still on the right track, and Spirit's going to make sure you need everything to, I like the word in a way where, like, Spirit's always going to make sure you have everything you need to get by. They're never going to give you not enough. A lot of times it is that line. Like, a lot of people, it's like making money right before their bills are paid, like the day their rent or whatever is due. And those are hard times, but Spirit always makes sure in the nick of time that you receive what you need, and then more as time goes on. So don't be discouraged. You're doing a great job. The financial return is coming back, but it won't be from the same source you gave it to, okay? Please let me know, Christina, if that was a good way without you having the subtitles to be able to hear it. Thank you, Teresa. All right. Ada, I do believe if you click on the screen, I think the super chat button comes up. Let's see. Jack Sachs, so what you can do is just comment your question, and as I scroll back down, if I see your name again, I'll go ahead and mark on my paper what your question was instead of the general, okay? Okay, Samantha, your zodiac sign is a Gemini, and you would like to know if Joe is in love with you. Is Joe in love with you? One more card. Yes. Yes, this person's in love with you, okay? He is a traditional individual when it comes to morals, but he's a progressive mindset. He wants people to have freedom of will. He is a free thinker. In general, he doesn't understand why people just can't accept others for who they are. He's a very good teammate. He's somebody that you can love to celebrate with. He's a good partner. I'm not saying he's perfect, but this is a good guy. And when I get a good masculine in one of my readings, I gotta let you guys be prominently known, because the more they are acknowledged, it's a trickling effect for other guys to be like, oh, okay, that's actually how I can get a woman. That's actually how love is formulated, not this misogynistic way. So with that being said, release that inner imprisonment. Okay, you definitely have had exes in the past that caused you that paranoia. Were deeply, they would call it protective, but it was actually just possessive of you. And this individual is not that. So one thing they want me to not warn you about, but be aware of when it comes to yourself, is if you've been in a lot of abusive and abrasive relationships, when you enter something healthy and you have a partner that doesn't yell at you, doesn't push you into corners and try to get you to say something, or tell, you know, when they just respect you, they're going to respect your space, and they're not going to pry. They're going to ask, but they're not going to pry into things. And your mind, your existence has been used to individuals who break your barrier and boundaries. And your brain registered that as a long time as, oh, if somebody cares about me, they're going to be passionate like that. They're going to do that. When in reality, no, it's toxic. It's actually, it shows they could love you, but they don't respect you, or let alone themselves. A person that's a good partner is, if you tell them to leave you alone, they're going to be like, hey, I'm here. Do you really mean you want me to leave you alone? And then if you go, yes, I really mean that right now. Okay. That's how the dynamic is for a healthy relationship. And there's certain parts where you know that your other partner is saying, leave me alone, but your soul knows that they don't. Your soul knows that it's almost like they're used to people leaving them, and it's like it's a visual, it's like a throw up saying it, and everything in their body actually wants the person not to leave. It's an abandonment thing. You can feel it with what situation it is. And the feeling difference is, it's like an inner peace. When somebody, it sounds so weird, but this is the best way to explain it. When somebody is pressuring you, you literally feel like you're against the wall, even if you aren't. You feel this sense of, okay, all right, I'll talk about it. But when it's the other way, it's more just kind of peaceful feeling. It's like, do you really want me to go? I mean, if you do, I will respect your space, but I don't want to go anywhere. That feeling is the difference. And the only way you're going to be able to go through it is with the person. You know, humans hurt us. And yes, we have to do a lot of our healing by ourselves, but it's not supposed to be all of it. If humans hurt us, humans have to help heal as well. All right. 𝗟𝗓𝗪, okay. I know, so if you want for that question that you, so, okay, so the question that I answered in another chat, you're just wanting me to do here again because you missed it. I'm just trying to make sure, because if you're wanting that specific question again here, I can do it, but I'm not gonna, that's what I would count that super chat as. If you're wanting to go back and find that, because you're paying for the same question twice, so I'm just talking to you out of respect. If you just don't want to go back and do like the energy of looking at it, I get it completely, but I just want you to be sure. What I'm saying is I'm want to let you know I'm answering a question for you I've already done. So as long as you're okay with that, I'll go ahead and write this question back down. If not, then tell me the new question you want, okay? Okay, let's see. Please, guys, so I'm scrolling a lot because everybody I'm seeing right now is asking if they're going to marry somebody. And that is along the lines of a question that can only be done in a personal reading because it's too close to you. and precise and an important thing of your specific life versus if I'm picking up on other people, part of your collective, okay? So please, people who are asking if you're going to get married to the person you're talking to, can you rewrite those questions? Because with peace and love, it's almost like every single person I'm scrolling past right now. All right? Thank you. Okay, I already did that one. Okay. All right, Jack, you said that that's fine. All right, then let me go ahead and connect that. And you wanted to know... You want to know if you guys will break no contact? Will they break no contact? Break no contact. Okay. Yeah, I saw you already super chatted. I was just making sure. Got you, my friend. All right. All right, Rita, you're an Aries. You would like to know, he stopped communicating. Will that change? You want to know that he stopped communicating. Will that change? He's a half and half type of person. See an air sign? Feel somebody that's much more in their head, the way they think about things and the way they verbalize it. See, he sees you as inspiration, as hope. This is somebody that still watches you from afar, and it's like comfortable to them because you see that eye. What I'm seeing right now is somebody that feels that they can see you, but you can't see them. So if you're a person that posts a lot on social media, or if you come around, if you have like the same group of friends, they're still being able to keep tabs on you. They don't plan on bringing you an answer right now. Breaking communication. Does that show, though, does the energy forecast show in the future that will change? Okay. I do see the masculine being able to embrace his own Empress energy. That's divine leadership through nurture, compassion, sympathy, etc. for others and yourself. I do see that this person will be able to come in and break that no communication. Right. We'll do 5 more minutes of free people, and then I'm going to start the first group of super chatters, okay? 5 more minutes, free people. Okay, perfect. All right, mini animation. Your name is, you'd like to know, will you find a soulmate this year? Okay, wow. Okay, so remember, I'm always here for you. Are you telling the universe you're not going to receive a divine, that you're just supposed to be alone? I want to help you have a little bit more understanding of what manifestation is. You know, you've probably heard the whole thing, you have to think things into existence. Absolutely. It's not the only part, though. Okay? Manifestation is thinking into existence, speaking into existence, walking as already is. When you tell the universe over and over again to give you something, it will, no matter if it's bad or good. The manifestation, a lot of people think it's like a tally game. I do this, so I have to do this to counter-react it. Or to advance it, I have to do this. In reality, manifestation is like a pie chart. It's a percentage. If all the time, let's say if 80% of the time, you were doing your best to just be improving yourself, not meaning perfect and not having negative thoughts or whatever, but you're just trying your best to be the human and the level of love and change you want to see in this world. And 20% of the time, you're human and you have your moments, and you talk low and you discredit yourself, guess what? It's going to take a really long time for you to fuck up your manifestation. It's going to take you like months of telling over and over again to the world, I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be alone. They want you to have peace of mind knowing the way of your law of attraction is right now and love. You're like 70-30. Okay? 70% of the time you are being your cheerleader and you are meeting this frequency and talking about yourself in a positive way. Well, I know I'm deserving of love, and if it's not happening now, I know it's happening. 30% of that time recently as well, I'm hearing that's where you've been shifting into the mindset of, well, if somebody was supposed to be with me, it would already happen. Am I always going to be single? You need to make sure you allow yourself to have those human thoughts, but then you remember the soul. Don't let them stick. Okay? Because if they stick slowly but surely over time, your manifestations will turn into being mostly something you don't want. You have to make sure that you keep that parasite in check. The parasite doesn't know time. The parasite doesn't know what the higher self does. So no, you're not going to be alone in this lifetime. You are going to find a soulmate. But right now, a humongous thing they're saying is you can't focus on it being this year. If it's supposed to be this year, it will. We can definitely set timeline manifestations, but my personal opinion, my universal truth, and a lot of other people feel differently about this, is when you try to set an exact time for spirit for something to happen by this moment, that is like not working with the universe. We have ebbs and flows. The universe is like waves. You know, it's weather. And things can, the simplest of things can influence the other thing to change. So with that being said, you're going to find a soulmate. Just allow yourself to see. If you want a time frame, I more suggest people say, I'm going to get that new job in between 1 to 3 months, or etc. Giving still a definitiveness on, I am demanding this to the universe, but also demanding it in a way where you understand still the freedom of will of not only other people, but literally energy. Okay. Let's see. Permanent Impression Cosmetics. Your name's Kathleen. You're a Capricorn, and you would like to know, will you find a soulmate soon? Will you find a soulmate soon? Okay, so Spirit is stating you definitely in recent times have gotten out of a very toxic dynamic. I just had a card fall to the ground. What's that about? Let's see. Spirit's definitely saying you need more time. Okay, you are still overpowering. You're still overpowering your parasite right now when it comes to not repeating a cycle with the type of men or people that you were dating. Okay, there's somebody that you're in no contact about and you've thought about going back to them too. You're like, well, maybe we just need some separation. Maybe they're going to be a good partner now. And Spirit's definitely telling you to not break that no contact. You're thinking of reaching out to somebody because the parasite and ego is becoming impatient. Your person is right around the corner. And if you were to try to reach back out to whoever this old either lover, love interest, or ex is, it's not that you're fucking up your timeline, but you're doing a U-turn. And the best way I like to explain to people how the universe works with us is you got to see the universe, God, that higher self as a GPS. And the humans, our bodies are the vehicle, and the voice navigation system is the channeled messages, the synchronicities, etc. And as the vehicle, as the driver, you don't have to follow what the GPS says. You're not on a track, a fixed track, okay? You actively can take a wrong turn or a turn too soon or a turn too late. But what's the GPS going to do if you missed its guidance? It's going to reroute you. Does it get mad at you? Does it shut off? Does it say, oh, you're out of tries? No, it doesn't have an ego. It's just there to help you. And that's the energy of spirit. All right? So understand you really have a little bit more time needing to drive in your own car before that destination shows another passenger in that seat. Okay. All right, so that's it for the first group of free people. Now we're going to see everybody that went ahead and added themselves to the super chatter list during that time frame, and we'll start the first group of super chatters. All right, let me get a drink also. All right. All right, perfect. So we left Tracy. Yes. Scroll back up. Okay. And what I'll do is, since it's only been 2 people since the last person I wrote down, I'll just add you guys to this group too. That way you don't have to wait a really long time. Okay. So number 8 on the list is 𝗪𝗏𝗧. Like, oh, Tracy, you had a second question. Got you. We'll put that one down as well. Just remember, I answer them in the order they're received. So both answers won't be given at the same time. Okay. All right, that's the first group of our super chatters. I'm about to go ahead and restate all of your numbers, okay? Super chatters, I go ahead and I give you a number so you can follow throughout the live and just make sure you're listening to your number being called and what one I'm already on so you know when yours is going to come, okay? All right. Number 1 today is 𝗧𝗔𝗥𝗢𝗧. Number 2 is Mariah. 3 is Missy Blow. 4 is Olga. 5 is Marie. Number 6 is Jack Sachs. 7 is Tracy. 8 is 𝗪𝗏𝗧. And then 9 is also Tracy. All right. And I feel like switching to Oracle, an Oracle deck now. All right. Oracle deck of the day, of course, is my handy dandy Boxer's Tarot. And I need to go ahead and put this here as well. Scroll that up. All right. 𝗧𝗔𝗥𝗢𝗧, let's do this. All right, you're in Aries, and Sal, he is a Libra. He's really trying to come back, but I feel like he's still not genuine. Should I just leave him alone? Thank you. Okay. Well, that's very on par with a lot of chat over 3 days about your collective. A lot of people, you remember how we talk about when you finally truly release, not even verbally to that person in here, they feel it. No matter if you're no contact or you're talking, they feel that release and it makes them scared. They realize, oh, the trouble I have caused myself. I thought I could come back around whenever I wanted. And they would just accept and accept and accept. I can just emotionally abuse this person. No matter if he realizes he's doing it or not. You are an ego death. Yes, you are part of that collective. No, you shouldn't. Okay? It's not that he's being purposeful. He's not it's not an evil person. He's not malevolent. It's not like he's trying to it's not that he's trying to lie to you, okay? But right now, he's an adrenaline junkie. And the reason he's pulling and doing all this is because he lost you. And if he receives you again, I would love to tell you this wouldn't happen, but it's not in the cards. I would love to tell you that, oh, he's genuine now. And he really does realize, and he is one of those masculines I've been picking up on that is becoming one with their feminine energy and is realizing they lost you once because of their own self-sabotage, are not going to do it again. My friend, I'm sorry, but also not sorry to tell you he's not part of that collective. Your intuition's so on par that as soon, and it just is what it is, as soon as he feels he's got you again, right back to the way it was. Okay? You need to listen to that soul. Hard, because there was a whole part of your life where you thought he could do all of that, but your soul is like in the biggest war right now with that parasite, because your parasite's happy that he's back. Your parasite's like, oh hell yeah, now we're gonna feast. It's been hungry, it's been starving, and it needs to stay that way. Go ahead and allow yourself to pick you. All right, Maria. All right, you're a Cancer, and you would like a general reading. This is about a masculine. It is. But it's also about her honoring that energy, that strength, that willpower. Okay. You have a masculine that's coming back into your life. You are part of the collective with a masculine who has risen and released a big released almost like a karmic lesson. Something with another person that they were going over and over and over again in their mind. The willpower, though, to see that they're not supposed to reach out. But take it day by day to foster that mindfulness. To know that they've been manifesting the sin. You've been manifesting in this masculine. You are right on par with the reach out on his end. And Spirit wants you to know that this is something they are encouraging. There's a different willpower in that individual. And you're going to deep dive into a lot of abandonment issues with him. Okay, you guys need to talk about those things, the things that he triggered. But also giving space for him to talk about the things that you triggered, because nobody's perfect. And a lot of times masculines will just keep things in. And it's like, simply, if they would allow themselves to let you know something you did that rubbed them the wrong way, or etc., something that hit a childhood wound, it could solve so many things right there. But they don't want to be seen as weak. Okay, we have a masculine coming in that realizes the true strength in this situation is being weak, aka emotional, not weak at all. All right, next person, Missy Blow. Okay, you would like to know what's the best way for you to relax into your abundance without using any substances. Got you. What's the best way for you to relax in your abundance without getting your own way? Okay, so are you a person that used to tell yourself, I don't like to read? I don't like to read. I can't focus. It's not that I don't like to read, but it's like I just can never focus. If you allow yourself to listen to energy frequency music, sit outside in the sun, make a ritual out of reading self-help books, then it doesn't have to mean things like, oh, how to... Self-help books can be something that is even like a fictional type of book. Like the book that's coming to my head right now that you might like, it's called The Alchemist. And it's a fictional story with so much universal truth put into it. You know, you don't have to read things like, if you've never heard of the Four Agreements or etc. Four Agreements is one of my favorite books. It's a complete self-help book that has a lot of passion in it. But if you're more wanting something that's going to be an easy way to bring you into falling in love with reading, you definitely could go more for those entertaining lessons or those entertaining stories. If you're somebody also where it's like, okay, but I really like, genuinely, reading is so hard, like you're dyslexic, etc. Audiobooks are a phenomenal thing. And allowing yourself to be outside in the sun, making a ritual of it. If you're somewhere where you're close to a pond, a lake, a beach, making a ritual, looking forward to this, and also What about using the right substances? And what I mean with this is, as long as it's about your allergies, okay? Know your allergies, talk to your doctor about your health before doing these types of things. But as long as you know you're healthy and you can, things like lavender teas, reishi, like mushrooms, cordyceps, all of these like healthy things that have nothing I'm forgetting the word right now. Hallucinogenics. It's nothing of that. It's simply things that make you more clear-minded. Really, really can help. You can't expect yourself to do everything cold turkey. And something I feel called to tell you. So I used to be an alcoholic, and I've been sober now for 6 years, I believe. About 6 years. 5.5, 6 years. And the beginning part of me not drinking alcohol anymore, I started to drink a lot of seltzer drinks, like carbonized water and stuff like that. It really helps because there's something about the carbonization and the act of it that becomes so it imitates that part of fixation your body wants on the ritual. A lot of times, yes, people are addicted to the substance, but a lot of times it's actually the ritual itself. So it's not necessarily about going cold turkey. I mean, yeah, no, don't do those substances, but not going cold turkey in the mind of, oh, it goes from I had this thing that was always in my hand that helped distract me to now I'm just supposed to be like this. You got to make healthier habits. Is the best way to put it. And also, the last thing I feel called to tell you about is exercise. Genuinely, that if you're an adrenaline junkie, going ahead and finding a sport or etc. that you can exert that in, like a runner's high and all those things are real, okay? I don't like running, but I experienced that form of runner's high in boxing, and everybody finds their own thing, okay? So it's going to be a migration time, but energy healing through frequencies, music, allowing yourself to spend as much time as you can in the sun, and depending on your skin, make sure you wear sunscreen, etc. Finding a new peace and finding a new ritual will help you extremely. And if it's alcohol specifically, I really, really recommend those carbonized drinks like carbonized water, or even cans of soda and etc. Carbonized water, I'm telling you, that was like a game changer for me. All right. Honored to help you, Missy. Hey, thank you, Ready Man. Yeah, The Alchemist is a really good book. I love it. And he has a whole series as well. They're all fictional stories with real universal truths. All right. Oh, that's right. I'm going on to the next super chatter. Okay. Next super chatter. Number four, Olga. You would like a general pull. I got you. Let's get you a general pull. You're ready for a new beginning with a healthy partner, and you have a good, you got a good dynamic that's happening. If you don't, in this moment, have somebody in your life, they are coming in within the next 2 months. There's a lot of people here who are part of this collective. That's why they wanted me to word it that way. You are in this medium ground, a person that really has found a way to be their own healthy partner, and you understand that you got to be a piece of faith. It's like everything you've tried to do to find a partner hasn't worked. And you're like, man, I'm putting myself in the energy. Spirit says I have to put myself in the position to have love, but then I do it, and then I'm just getting like assholes or people that end up ghosting and aren't actually serious. So what am I supposed to do? Something I like to explain to people. It's a hard concept, but we can simplify. We can compartmentalize it. It's a hard word for me to say. We can make it more simple by explaining it this way. So with law of attraction manifestation, sometimes people will this feels way more better. I'm going to give this example. People will go on dating apps and be like, man, I'm doing everything Spirit's telling me to do. I'm putting myself in positions to get love. I'm going to single events and etc., but I'm not finding anybody. So maybe this is bullshit. Maybe I shouldn't do this. The act of going out and doing those things, the act of saying I am putting myself on this app is what opens the door. And I know it can sound so like, okay, if it opens the door, then why wouldn't that be the exact place it happens? Because life's not, it's not organized that way. You could have opened up, you could have your divine and you both on a dating app, okay? And you end up getting on it and they get off of it because of the same reason. You both got tired. You got tired of doing something a certain way and you changed. And that, both of your doors, even though it feels like you missed each other, didn't. It actually found a way for you to meet in another part of this life. This is probably one of the most confusing things I can explain on a short amount of time on live, but I feel really called to try to open up this door for you guys to understand this mindset or this purpose of understanding, like, if you don't even do those things, you won't get your manifestation. If you don't even open those doors, you won't even have the chance of meeting the person. Allowing yourself to know that you're doing the work, the door is going to open. So don't be discouraged by the other karmics and individual souls that along the way you see that aren't the person for you, because you're doing the work. You're telling the universe, I have the doors open. I hope that made sense the way I said it. That was probably one of the more harder things for me to try to make very fast. Okay. Honored to help you. All right. Next super chatter. Marie. Oh, I caught my pen. That was nice. Marie. You're a Leo, and you would like to know, did you ruin it with Russ on Saturday? You want to know, did you ruin it with Russ on Saturday? No. No, you didn't ruin it, but there is a detour, okay? So remember, if you didn't hear me say the example earlier, GPS, in the world, spirit source is the GPS. We are the vehicle, our body, this existence. And the voice navigation system is the channeled messages and the synchronicities in life. You did a detour. There was a turn you did too soon, but you did not fuck up everything. You did not mess up everything with Russ. Spirit is telling me that you did a detour, or you did a turn too soon, just said something that was a little bit more off impulse than divine timing. And they're wrapping you back around. The destination is still on par, but you're going, that shows that the destination time is a little longer. Let's just do an example. It was 8:05 before was your destination to this place, and now it's 8:10 is your destination arrival. And that's a great way also to understand that freedom of will, how destiny is real, but it's not fixed. It's not fixed from time. Because of that freedom of will, left path, right path decisions, things can come sooner. You can even take a shortcut sometimes. And it makes the time accelerate or happen even faster. But with you specifically, my friend, they're letting us know you did not mess anything up, but you are picking up on a detour. You are picking up on them having to say, we're going to wrap back around to this, and next time, let's just stay in that lane, okay? All right, Jack Sachs. Your question was, will you guys be able to break no contact together? You're wanting to know, will you be able to break no contact together? All right. Okay. So this is definitely heavy energy. It does feel like you have a gentle giant in your hands. Gentle giant in your hands. This person, you loved the way, something that's very unique about you two is you loved the way your hands interlocked. You felt it was like, my hand is meant for this person's hand. Like the sizing, everything, it just felt like home. Wrapping your arms around this person. They are probably a little bigger of an individual, because I'm seeing teddy bear energy. I'm seeing somebody that, you know, they definitely, if like they need to protect, they would do what they got to do, but their heart, who they are, it's just the sweetest individual. A gentle giant, honestly. But this gentle giant has deep abandonment and runner tendencies, or abandonment issues and runner tendencies. And they're fighting in their mind about you. There's a conflict of interest. It doesn't mean necessarily a person. It could be an idea, an ideal, how they've seen their life to be. They could be somebody that was like, I kind of just saw my life being more traditional. And you may not be the most traditional person. You are eccentric. You are yourself. And they love that. You've opened up a whole new door of life to them, but also changed everything they thought their life was going to be like. To be with you, it's not going to be traditional. It's going to be unique. And they're excited and tempted, but there's also that fear. Spirit's wanting you to know right now, the outcome between you two shows still more time of you needing to be peace with fate, but him being able to take on that task of coming in and talking about those fears. All right. It definitely looks, there's a little bit more time. One more. But we have to allow that masculine to face the shadow. They want you to know if there's any form of breaking contact on your end you were thinking about doing, it's always your choice, my friend. But it's definitely being encouraged to not have the feminine reach out to the masculine. It will cause a detour. It looks like the masculine in this situation really does have the only one that's an open road to the other, if that makes sense. Got that. Honored to help you, Missy. Okay, now next super chatter, NNK. All right, so you are a Capricorn, and you would like to know what's the outcome going to be with you and the Aries. And then after NNK, Tracy, we're going to do both of yours actually together, okay? All right. Nikki, number 8. Right now, I see that you're in this main event energy. You're like, anything is possible. You're trying. Okay, Spirit wants me to say it that way. Okay, it's time. It's ready. Remember, I'm always here for you. Your parasite could be trying to take synchronicities in the way that Spirit is not wanting them to be interpreted. You're seeing their name. You're seeing, you're seeing their name. You're seeing angel numbers. You could be seeing song, or you've been hearing songs and etc. that are connected to them. And a lot of times people think when we're seeing those things, it means, oh, Spirit says that like they're going to come back in my life, or I'm supposed to reach out to them. That is not what that is a sign of. It is a sign that you're in each other's frequency. There is no doubt they are thinking about you. There is no doubt that some part of you two are still feeling what's going on in each other's life, but it is not a sign to go and make a leap of faith and etc. So much other things would have to be piled on top of those synchronicities, feelings, other things they've migrated around, not something as beautiful and powerful, but also at the same time simple as just seeing their name and hearing songs and angel numbers, etc. attached to them. You would have to have that plus some other meat and potato things to know that Spirit's like encouraging a reach out or saying they're coming back into your life. It is a confirmation that they're thinking of you. It is a confirmation that your souls are still connected to each other. And Spirit's showing me right now the outcome. They don't plan on reaching back out to you. I do see, this is I created this tarot deck, this oracle deck, and with this card specifically with the intention of it being like, Matt, you pull this, done. like it's a done situation. This is the only card in this deck that means like endings, kind of like the Ten of Swords, if you know what that is. It's a destruction card in tarot. So this is something that Spirit really is saying has come to a conclusion. He does still think about you, and there is a possibility that once you're in another relationship and he sees it, that adrenaline sense of wanting to get something again, get you back, clouds the masculine into acting in some pretty abrasive actions, is really what they want me to say. Interesting. They are not a vain person, but they can be kind of mean. And it's almost like almost like picking on who you're with. It's like, damn, you downgraded from me. Or after you, like, first it's going to be nice, and it's going to be like, hey, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be like, well, my energy's already for somebody else, and I've put the door behind, and I know I'm always going to have a place in my heart to love you, but I can't be with you. And instantly it turning into like, oh, well, you fucking downgraded anyways, or blah, 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 blah. And it just showing you the true colors of this person. When they finally showed their complete true colors. And Spirit's wanting you to go ahead and state that your realistic knight in shining armor, that frequency hitting of that person shows me they're in your future, not somebody you've met yet, okay? All right, Tracy, thank you for your patience. I accidentally skipped you when I went to NNK. So we're just going to go ahead and do both of yours now. Thank you for your patience with that. It wasn't intentional. Okay, Tracy, 34. All right, so you asked, I remember you were somebody, when I said this, you were said, oh, okay, just go ahead and change it. Because your question was, will I ever find the right one to marry? And I don't answer those types of, I don't answer marriage questions in lives. So I'm going to ask if this is your soul tie. I'm going to ask if this is a soul tie or a karmic connection. Okay. So you don't have a specific person in mind, but Spirit says they do. You met them at a younger age. You could have met them 3 or 4 years ago. You started out as friends. There is somebody in your life that right now the question isn't about who you're going to marry. There is a friend in your life who is a potential divine counterpart. And I say it that way for a reason. If we knew exactly who our divine counterpart was in the beginning, you would not do the work. It's supposed to be a mystery. It's supposed to be something that's guided. And first, before we know marriage, is confirming somebody as a soul tie. This is an individual you're meant to reincarnate with every lifetime, and you started out as friends. You could have even met them through, if you have a brother or a sister or another friend that you consider like a brother and a sister, it's like you met them from somebody else. You're not very close to each other, but you've been invited to things with them before. So they can been at parties. What I'm seeing is social events is how you connect. Okay? Your next soul tie, your next relationship, you definitely met them before. But you're not best friends. You've never hung out by yourselves, but you've been around each other at least 2 to 4 times is what I'm hearing. And you don't need to go searching through your stuff to try to find who this is, like going into old photos and etc. You have another event coming up soon, and they're going to be there. This is beautiful. This is law of attraction. Okay? So your next relationship and your soul tie is somebody you have met, you're not close to, but in one of the next 1 or 2 social events you go to, you're going to see them. And there will be this energy when you see them that you've never felt before when you saw them, because Spirit does put blinders on people for divine intervention until we're ready to know certain things. All right. And then your second question, Tracy. You're wanting to know if you have a past life. All right. Let's see what Spirit says about your past life. How many of you, can you see how many you had? Can you see what type of soul you are? I would say in the most mundane example, you've had many lifetimes, okay? You've absolutely had lifetimes. But you're kind of the age, you would be like, certain people in this world, you can just look at them and you know this is like their first life. They're just so ignorant to others, and caring and seeing the world as something to destroy, that it's their pawn. Those are individuals that have had very few lives. And they will go to the end of this existence being that way. And no matter how much you try to connect, talk, make them understand, it goes over their head. Certain people where you can feel when you go out, like, and you even look at each other, you're like, oh, we're we both know what's going on here. And it's almost just a look and a feeling and the way you talk to each other. And then there's certain people where it's like you meet them and you're like, am I meeting an angel right now? Like, there's certain people where you're like, are you a genuine angel that's been reincarnated? The things that you can help and do, etc. It's like levels of lives you had. The more lives you have, there's a deeper sense of purpose in the next existence you go into. You feel like, and they want me to say it, you feel like the amount of lives you had would be kind of like a teenager who's going into being a young adult. You've had a lot. You've had at least 7 lifetimes. And in this world, you definitely have a big purpose of like initiation into adulthood when it comes to being a soul. This existence is meant for you to learn to be a sponge, this life. And the next, you're going to have a different form of power. That was it for the first group of super chatters, okay? And now we're going to start formulating the second and last group of super chatters. If you're somebody that was wanting to have your answer 1000% guaranteed during this live, that is only for the super chatters and the members. If you're a member, if you're a super chatter, your readings are guaranteed, okay? Everybody else here, it's a randomized. It's based off of who spirit calls and tells me to read, but also that person has followed those 3 criteria that I stated. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and do about 6 to 7 more free people while we formulate that last group of super chatters. I would state you have about 15 minutes. It could be a little bit more than that, but I'll say a minimum of 15 minutes until I say last call for super chatters, okay? And I'll go ahead and start formulating the next group as well. All right, number 1 in the next group is 𝗪𝗠𝗡 motherboard. That's your name. All right. You're number 1. Number 2 is Rosina Bowser. Got you. Thank you for being a member as well. All right. Okay, so that looks like it's... Oh, and then we have one more that just came in. Irie. Okay. You're the 3rd super chatter in the next group. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and do... I'll do 7 more free people. 7. Let me go ahead and get a drink also. All right. Light an incense as well. Here we go. And we will be having an after stream tonight, guys, as well. So over on Twitch at UncleBronze Official, every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, after our YouTube live stream, I go on to Twitch for an after stream. Basically over there, I decompress and I chill and I vibe with you guys. Here, I'm giving the tarot guidance. Over there, it's about more community and learning about each other and just hanging out. If you're somebody that feels cool with, and you're like, oh, I'd like to get a group of like-minded people and just chill out for a couple of hours at the end of the days, you should join us over there. But another thing is I give away a free reading every single live stream as well over on Twitch. One person wins an entire free reading from me. Basically, you pick one topic that was either love or general guidance, etc. And then I ask you to kind of like explain the dynamic of the background of what's going on in your life. And then I email you back your reading. And I give you a picture of your spread as well, so you have a visual representation as you're reading the results of your reading. Again, that is on my profile. If you go to my YouTube profile, it's linked in there, Twitch at 𝗪𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗧 Official. It's the only platform where I'm not just named 𝗪𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗠𝗏. It's the only platform. It's 𝗪𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏 Official. Everything else is just simply 𝗪𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏. And then the way to enter the giveaway over there is you just follow me, and following is 1010% free. You comment the keyword of the chat by watching the active live stream and the keywords on my screen. So you just comment that word, you're instantly put in for the giveaway, and I pick it at the end of the stream every single night. Let's start some free people. We're back into the free people. Please make sure you guys do zodiac, name, yes, no question, okay? Hey, what's up? Country Love Homestead. Your name's Tyra. You're a Virgo, and you would like to know, does Antoine want to have a solid commitment with you? Does Antoine want to have a solid commitment with you? His burnout energy promoting her highest timeline needs to be understood. Okay, so I see somebody that sees you in the highest of lights. I see somebody that also feels that they cannot give you what you are deserving of. It feels like he's a great protector, but it's something about finances that are getting in the way. It's a burnout. He's been throwing himself a lot into work recently, and I don't see a man that wants to leave your life at all. But he's starting to become in this mindset of like, it's a very interesting energy. He's not keeping things from you in a bad way. It's like his own emotions, his feelings. He feels like he's stuck. He feels stuck, and it's not about you. This is the first energy all night I've felt that it's like he's put a lot of investment into something. It's like he's married almost to his job. Does he have his own career? Well, duh. But I meant to say, does he have his own business, etc.? And it's like he's married to the business, and he feels like in recent times he hasn't been able to really give you that attention. And maybe you've even kind of brought it up, and it kind of made him even go back more, and you're like, that wasn't my intention, I just wanted to talk. And this is a deflection thing with this person. I see somebody who definitely has been thinking about, they don't know if they can give you what you're deserving of, even though they see you as a phenomenal person. Okay, so Spirit's definitely encouraging a conversation of both of you releasing expectations the other thinks you have. Next free person, remember, yes, no question, zodiac, and name, okay? All right. Let's see. Oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Let's see. Twitch is a really cool, it's like another social media platform that's meant for live streaming. People basically, they'll play like video games or do music. There's so much, and there's so much that happens over on Twitch. Belinda, it's G Fuel. All right. Let's see. Luna, Marianne, please make sure I see you, and I'd love to give you readings. So can you make sure that you put a yes/no question? Thank you for putting your name in your zodiac. So please put that part again as well. But I need a yes/no question if you want your answer. Okay. All right, Sonia, you're an Aquarius. Are Christians' intentions with you genuine? Are Christians' intentions with you genuine? Well, they definitely want to throw those out. Damn. All past, present, future. Pre-workout effect. Big. Whoa. My friend, you know me, okay? I need you to understand this is really toxic energy. I don't say this to scare you. I don't say anything like that. This is like, but I need you to understand, this is like malevolent energy I'm feeling. Spirit was like, threw out those cards to me. Like, she needs to understand this person. I'm going to show you how I got this, okay? Their main event motivation is pre-workout effect. Pre-workout effect represents motivation, and motivation comes and goes, but consistency stays. And a lot of people during pre-workout effect make all these promises and say, you're everything I've looked for, you're my soulmate, and explode. But then once that time of excitement goes away, everything's flipped. They tell you, oh, I don't know, I want to take it one day at a time, I don't really know anymore if I or you're tripping, you made it something up in your head that it wasn't that serious, and they gaslighting you. They want you to feel this mysterious energy and crave them. Okay, this has been from the very beginning. For him, what he wants is working. You having to exert, you being the only one that's going forward, not the masculine intending to do a back and forth balance. Okay, and this is the future if you stay. Okay, you're going to be his supporter. He's going to be below the belt for you. This means passing boundaries. And I see a lot of friendliness, but not in a way where it's like, okay, this would be a better way to explain it. I saw him telling you, she's just my friend. She's just my friend. That's just my homie. You're tripping. That type of energy. And no, they're not just friends. They may not be together or etc., but it even feels like it's multiple people. He may be an individual that you've heard him state, oh, it's just me and the boys hanging out tonight. There's not going to be any girls there. And you see on somebody's like Snapchat story or etc., no, there were definitely some girls there. However this resonates for you, I need you to understand that you're deserving much better than this. I'm not going to call them an evil person, but this is toxic. This is somebody that wants to be with somebody only if they feel like they can control them. So I don't see the intentions being pure. But now you know, and you have the decision from here to listen to your own discernment and pay attention to how his actions have not changed. Honored to help you. All right, Ari, you're Cancer. You've blocked your ex, Leo. And you want to make sure, is he going to stop reaching out? Got you. Is he going to stop reaching out to you? Okay, this makes sense. So, what I'm about to state, it's not in a way of fear or anything like that. I feel somebody that you're going to have to like get to a point of like, you probably already have. I mean, blocking is a pretty big sign, isn't it? Blocking somebody, depending on your last conversation. Sometimes people block because out of pettiness. And then sometimes it's like, no, I'm blocking you because you're not allowed in my existence. You know what I mean? Sometimes we block people and we're like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. And then you kind of like are waiting around for a while to be like, should I unblock them, etc. This is not that energy at all. You know, you're the one that blocked him. You're like, this is, no, like, I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I know for a fact that I don't want anything to do with you ever again. And you may have said those words, but it feels like you're going to have to say it again even more bluntly. Do you have him blocked on your phone too? Like, texting? If you don't, okay, does he know where you work? I mean, he's your ex. He probably knows where you work. I see somebody that is going to at least one more time go over a boundary. And you're going to be like, you need to fucking stop. Like, sorry for that intensity, but like, that's how you're going to be like with them. They're like, you're going to be like, you got a lot of work to do. After all of this stuff that like we have been through. And you're still doing the exact thing you did when we were together. Crossing my boundaries. Not listening to me. You got a lot of work to do. And I'm not going to be there for it. Okay, you need to understand that the people, etc. That this feels more like something confirming for you than you would say to him, because you're going to say the fewest amount of words possible. But I feel the energy within you. You know that his upbringing, the males around him, and etc. were not good influences. But we have a choice in life when we become adults to become what was or rise above it. And I see that this person needs to do a big reality check on who they're seeing as mentors, or even themselves about what being a man is. And I see a big shift, though, from not taking it light. From you probably try to be nice. You probably try to be nice, and you're like, okay, maybe if I just tell him, like, hey, I don't really want this anymore. I don't want to talk. And then I block him. He's going to get the drift. It feels like somebody that could actively even try to go to your job or etc. Okay? Still a lot of people in your collective, so the mix I feel right now is of they're showing up at the job or still calling you, because there has to be one place you have not blocked him. There could be at least one place you have not blocked him, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There has to be something that he still has the ability to access you on, or that means he's going to be coming in person, and it's going to be like, you need to stop before I have to do something I don't want to do, if you get my drift. But after that, you come in with that like calm intensity. I see it clicking. All right, Heather, you're a Taurus, and you would like to know, are you going to meet the right person this year? Are you going to meet the right person this year? Okay, I do see you meeting a soul tie this year, a potential divine, somebody that will be in your life for a very long time. But Spirit wants you to not put pressure on this connection to have a label this year. There is something that with no pressure is going to develop into more. I see two people that are actively going to make time for each other, and it's like you're basically partners without saying the word partner. And you're both like actively just like not talking to other people. Just even though there's been no words of we're boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., partners, or no words of being like boyfriend, girlfriend, however it is for you. There's just the energy of both people being committed. And having that unconditional commitment before the words are already even there, it's like once you get into that actual commitment, the trust, the build that has already been there. Okay, you're definitely meeting somebody this year that's a soul tie, and that could become a potential divine. With time, you will figure out if that is or not, because in the beginning of the process, if we knew who our divine was, we wouldn't do the work. And they want to encourage you to continue this flow. All right. Hey, Janice, thank you for saying your name and your zodiac, and it's beautiful that you're willing to open and receive any message that comes through. But I need you to go ahead and make sure you do a yes/no question for the free ones. right. Thank you, thank you. Actually, Raw Dog, my wife just went ahead and deleted your comment. And even if I was somebody that had a husband, who would fucking care? Ridiculous. Insecure about your own sexuality, my friend. All right. Next person. Honored to help you, Heather. All right. Mystic Mimi 333. You're an Aries rising, and you wanted to know, is he also thinking about you? Okay. Is the man on your mind thinking about you? Alrighty. I do see somebody that has the same feelings as you. Small making a difference. The thing about you, what you care, the way you are with them, those little small things you made more of a difference. You remember the small things. You remember their favorite candy. You remember that activity they said they wanted to start doing months ago but never got to it. You remember the way that they like to, the food they like at what restaurant you go to. You remember things that nobody else did of them. And that, so simple things show everything about how a person really cares about you. I see an individual that maybe right now you're in a bit of separation, but there's a force. There's like the force. There is something that's pulling you two together. This person is absolutely thinking about you. Night, night, Belinda. All right, Webby Mix. Your name is Gwendolyn, and you would like to know, does he want something with you? Does he want something with you? We have an insecure masculine, I must state. Okay, you remember I'm always here for you, my friend. This person has an attraction, but I'm hearing they're not willing to take on the responsibility of a relationship. It's not even the responsibility of being with you, or it's nothing about that. It's literally the act of being in a relationship and having to care about somebody else's emotions on top of their own. This is somebody that definitely has invested a lot of into their life being alone. I don't see they've had many relationships. They probably only had like 2 or 3, and I'm hearing they've been single for a very long time before you. I do see that this person likes a sexual connection. I do see that they also feel, though, that if you started to gain like big feelings, they would definitely want to cut it off. And even though there's this connection, okay, I do see my spirits telling me that there's somebody else that can handle the weight of responsibility of being in a relationship with somebody. Okay, you don't become each other's you're not responsible for your partner's happiness. They're responsible for their own. But we are connected, and the influence and knowing, okay, yeah, they're responsible for their own emotions, but there is still a weight I am taking on for that person of that, just as they do for me. At the end of the day, everything I do is not in control of their own emotions and happiness. We just have to help each other the most we can, keep ourselves in check, right? This masculine is not somebody that would give you your love language. This masculine is somebody that was part of your purpose. You did not do any, you were not played, okay? This is all part of the purpose, but I hear the only form of further commitment he would want is if friends with benefits is something you're okay with. All right. All right. Lady Blue, your name's Emma, you're a Virgo, and you want to know, will you and Junior, who's a Leo, be able to go the distance? You guys going to be able to go the distance? I do see somebody that gets in their own way, goes back and forth. That's the first time I've ever had this happen. So I created these cards, and just like tarot and etc., like when you get pairings with two cards together, it means something vast. It means something big. Like if I were to get the Empress and the Emperor paired together in a tarot card reading, that's like a divine countership. That's like a union coming together. It's a big thing. Okay, and in this oracle deck, I created a kind of a form of an Empress and an Emperor energy card. Okay, this card for me kind of represents the Empress energy, and this card represents the Emperor. You see how they're both in that state of like 𝗧𝗧 or whatever. I've never had the pairing actually happen yet. I intentionally did that. You're the first person this has ever happened with. You are going to go the distance. You guys have had a back and forth. It's all been part of the purpose. My friend, this is a very strong connection. Like, this is, I really see that this could be even more than soul ties, put it that way. Okay? They could be, that's very confident for me to say that feeling I got. That could be more than soul ties, if you get my drift. But a personal reading would need to 1000% confirm it, my friend. Okay, let's go now into the second group of super chatters, all right? Second group of super chatters. Who has added themselves since Irie? Okay, it looks like we've had one person since her. So number 4 is going to be Ari. All right. So now I'll give you guys one last minute. 1 minute for super chatting. Last call. You got 1 minute. I'm going to allow myself to take a woosah break. Drink a little bit, and I'll do a promo during it as well. Alrighty, guys. So, what I'm about to say, this is the last time you will ever hear me say it. So, listen up. This is the last time. Completely the last time I'll ever say this. It's a good thing. So, I have my Bali trip. That is this June. Okay? It starts on June 14th, and it's 7 days long. This trip I had sold out over a year ago. But in the last, couple weeks, I had 2 people who ended up not being able to come, and 2 spots have opened up. And I've been talking about this for, the past week now. The last day to join the trip is today. Literally today is the last moment I'm allowed to accept anybody else onto the trip. If you're somebody that heard about the trip and wanted to go, but didn't get your spot claimed in time before it sold out, this is your chance. Or if you're somebody who never heard about this trip, this is the first time, and you're in a financial place in your life where you can afford to do it, I would be honored to have you join this trip. Not only are we experiencing a beautiful part of the world, but you're going to meet other people part of your collective. We're going to be able to have everybody coming gets a one-on-one personal reading with yours truly. So you get a reading from me right in person in the beautiful island of Bali, and also meet other people part of your collective, people that can be long life friends. And also, I'm so honored to say that 3 of the people that came on my first Trova trip I ever did, which was last year in Colorado, 3 of them, they're joining the Bali trip. So I get to have another experience with them and meet even more people. I'm so excited. Here are some of the activities, okay? So you already told you about the personal reading. The second thing that I am doing is I have rented out this place in Bali called the Yoga Barn. For 2 hours, I'm going to have a workshop there where I teach you guys how to read tarot cards. It's optional because not everybody cares about learning how to read tarot. They're kind of like, I like watching it and etc., but just not doing it's not for me. Cool. It's optional. During that time, you can do whatever you want. Travel the island, the spots, go whatever you want to do during that time. But the people who are interested, I'm going to have 2 like separate groups in that workshop. The people who are complete beginners and have never even owned a tarot deck or done a spread, they're going to be taught a beginner spread. Individuals who have an intermediate amount or advanced amount of knowledge, I'm going to teach them an intermediate spread type. Okay, so everything you'll need for the tarot teachings lesson, I'm providing. So the cards, the incense, the totems, etc., like the totems and the crystals, I am going to give you in a spiritual gift bag, and you get to take it home all with you. It's a gift from yours truly. Now, here are the events that I'm not hosting, I'm part of with you, that I'm learning and invested with you in. Number 1, there's a water cleansing ceremony. Basically, karma and negative energy and etc. that needs to be cleansed out and restored is what it's focused on. Number 2 is the herbal medicine lesson, where they teach us how to incorporate certain teas and etc. for health, for vitality, to also open up spiritual doors. And then there's also a sound healing session, where we're going to be using frequencies, hertz, etc., singing bowls, bells, to learn about how you can cleanse your energy with sound. It's so powerful. After every single like personal reading I do, etc., one of the things I do is my sage and everything, but also I have a singing bowl that I go ahead and I cleanse my area with as well. Obviously, we're going to also be going to the temple. We're going to go to the historical landmarks. And a really cool thing as well is everybody's going to be going to this place called the Pomegranate Cafe, where we're going to be given very unique drinks that are associated with the island Bali. And the drinks will be alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So either one, whatever type of person you are, you're going to have an option. For me, I don't drink alcohol, so I'll just be... if you're interested in joining the adventure, okay, again, literally today is the last day that you can join. And the link to join is associated on my website. If you go to my YouTube profile and you click on 𝗨𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗧 and you scroll down, and the first page that comes up is the home page. You scroll all the way down, and I mean all the way down to the end of that page, where you can't even scroll anymore, is where the button is. The reason I have it there is because right now I'm currently promoting the Canada trip that's in September. But because the 2 spots became open, I don't want to confuse anybody. And I just have only been talking about it on lives. I've made a couple of posts as well, but I haven't talked about it in any recorded readings, collective readings. I've only done it on stories and on here, because I know that if somebody else is supposed to join, those 2 spots are supposed to be filled, then it's going to be somebody that sees either the post or is in one of my lives. No matter if they get taken or not, I know that whoever's supposed to be on this specific trip is coming. And I'm so grateful and I'm so honored to continue to build all these bonds and get to know you guys one-on-one in person. It's phenomenal. But what you do is, once you get on that homepage, 𝗨𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗧.com, you're going to scroll past a picture of me. You're going to scroll past my purposes section, which explains why I started doing this to begin with. I have a section underneath that shows my abilities, explains to you what I can do. And then there's a client testimonial section that people who have had readings with me before and submitted their reviews. So you scroll past all of it. And once you get to the bottom, you're going to see literally the Bali moves itself up. You see it move up, and you just click on that and you can book instantly right there. And it has all of the details, what every single day of those 7 days we are planning on doing. And I would be honored to have any of you join. So if that sounds cool to you, make sure you check that out. Again, literally it's today. So if you were to do it tomorrow, I couldn't accept you. There's no way. I'm partnered with 𝗨𝗏𝗧. So it's a balancing type of thing. So if you really, really have been thinking about it, if you've heard me talk about it this past 2 weeks or etc., and you're like, okay, I'm just going to wait kind of till the last minute to see if they don't get taken, then it's for me. I mean, my friend, this is the last. This is. And it's in a couple of hours at that. So if you really want to come, there you go. That's the last time I'm going to talk about it. But Now we're going to get back into the rest of our super chatters. Let's see if anybody joined themselves since Airy. All right, we had 3. Awesome. All right. So Misty Lee, you're going to be number 5. All right. Reba, you're going to be number 6. All right. And number 7 is Jessica. All right. That is concluding for the guaranteed super chatters for this stream. Anybody at this point after who goes and heads and does a super chat or joins the membership team will be answered first on tomorrow's live stream. Okay. All right. Oh, and before I start the first one last thing I feel called to state that I forgot about the Bali trip. There is a finance plan as well. If you're somebody who is like, I can afford it, but maybe if I have a finance plan and I don't have to worry about paying it up all up front, you can qualify for a finance plan through a firm, and it's like really fucking affordable. So you just have to see if like you would be able to if you could apply for it and with your credit and everything, it accepts you. Other than that, that's what I got talking about the Bali trip. Okay. Thank you guys. Now let's go back up to number 1. All right. So Mycelium Motherboard, you would like a general pull. What we got for you? You have a best friend surrounding you. There's an energy where you're wondering, the people around you, do they have your best interest, or can you not trust your own discernment? You absolutely can trust your own discernment, okay? You have trauma. You have abandonment issues. You have trust issues from the things you experienced, the friends, the background you had. But you're not there anymore. And your ego is catching up to understanding that. You know, body and everything still visually is like in a state of flight and defense. There are certain friends that you've had brief moments with in the recent times, because when we grow up, when we were teenagers, you just call your friend up every day. What are we doing today? It wasn't even a hi when you answer the phone. It was like, you didn't even ask them, did you want to hang out? You're like, we're fucking hanging out. Where are we going? And you get older and you can't do that stuff anymore. Life, family, bills, responsibilities, it all happens. And the true friends should be able to go a long time without talking. And as soon as you're able to talk to each other again, it's like there's been no time. And they want you to know that it looks like there maybe could be even a specific friend, a best friend at that, when you were younger, when you were teenagers, college years, etc., that over time, there's been absolutely no reason for you guys not to talk. It just is life. There's no bad blood. And it looks like they're thinking about you. If you've been thinking about a certain friend for a while, you're like, I really want to hang out with this person. I really, really want to hang out with this person. Maybe I should just reach out to them. They're being called for you to do it. All right, that was number 1. L3. Are you saying, let's see, you did it today or is it yesterday? Let's see. L3. I see. Okay, L3. You were the first one I did. The complete first one, so like of this entire stream. So if you go all the way okay, it's not up right now, but after I get off the live stream, it uploads itself. I think it doesn't take that long. I think it takes like 10 minutes or maybe not even. As soon as it loads up, you are L3, you're literally, I did. And I know you probably just got in after that. You probably weren't here right at the beginning. So just make sure you scroll up or you start at the beginning, and the first person I actually read is you. Okay, L3? All right. Absolutely. Okay, now next super chatter, Rosina Bowser, and thank you for being a member. All right, you want to know, does MB want to be in a monogamous relationship with you? Got you. So they want to be in a monogamous relationship. Okay, I'm here for you. So with the way you stated it, I'm wondering if you guys started out polyamorous or open, and if throughout time you've been like, I kind of want to make this closed, or this is just the wording of maybe this person has a history or a background of like not being serious, and you're wondering if with you he's actually willing to settle down and be monogamous. No matter what, you are wanting a monogamous relationship. And it looks like Spirit's telling me you two, if you're not wanting to be open, he is not on the same page as you. It does look like it would really hurt. They would not really want to say it verbatim to you like that, but instantly there would be this change. If you've never talked to them about wanting to be monogamous, I'm not saying this to discourage you, okay? If you need a monogamous relationship, okay, you shouldn't put yourself in something that goes against your happiness. Some people can be polyamorous relationships. Some people are monogamous. It's about the individual, okay? As long as everybody's consenting, adults, respectful, etc. It's your life. Don't judge other people for live your life, as long as people are just being themselves, you know? And what I'm sensing with you is you are a monogamous person. This is something you tried out. And this person's not in a spot in their life where they would be willing to go in a closed relationship. So Spirit's guidance with you is if you're not okay with it, they're telling me straight up you're not. I was about to say if you're okay with having a polyamorous relationship or taking more time to see if eventually he would, then but they told me that's exactly no. Your answer is absolutely not. Like, I'm not going to do it anymore, or I'm not going to do it at all. This is not the person for you then. The only way it would be successful is if you were willing to be in a polyamorous dynamic. And we shouldn't be with a polyamorous person should not be with a monogamous person, and a monogamous person should not be with a polyamorous person, because both of their needs are being neglected, and it's going to lead to something happening that you can't come back from. All right? All right. Awesome. All right, 𝗨𝗓𝗓. You want to know anything I see about your love life right now? You're ready for love. Okay, what do I see about your love life? It looks like you definitely have a supporting energy around a connection. It looks like there's something that maybe even right now they're not ready for love. It does feel like in the next couple of months, somebody with your law of attraction, they're going to come in with divine timing about wanting something. I do see with you, Spirit's encouraging a certain connection to not be thrown away, but for you to reach out either. Okay, you're ready for love, and that's beautiful. And I honestly am hearing that somebody else is ready for love more than they're like letting you know. And it's a lot of fear. It's going to take a couple of months, but there's something more formulating with this connection. All right. Now, number 4, 𝗟𝗓𝗓. Number 4, 𝗟𝗓𝗓. All right, you're a Cancer, and you would like to know, you have a love interest, and you want to know if you guys are going to connect this year. Okay, so connect energy has already happened. Large build. Ability to take on the heavy responsibility. You're still in a dynamic with a karmic, aren't you? Like there's a person, it's not that like you're talking per se, but they're in your head and you go back and forth. You have an unfinished story with somebody. You're definitely connecting with somebody this year, but I'm trying to figure out right now if this is somebody you've already had history with. Yes, you've already had history with this person. There's a love interest that's coming back, and it's definitely an encouraging thing. It doesn't feel like an ex. It feels like a fling or somebody you talked to where it was just like right person, wrong time. Okay. Let's see if I can get one other thing for you regarding that connection. You're wondering if it's somebody that's... You're like, is this person willing to reach out to me then? Or am I supposed to reach out to whoever this person is? Because you know who it is. They're supposed to reach out to you. Yeah, you call this person in. You call them in with pure intention. Call them in and state that I have no interest in influencing or changing a person's freedom of will. If you are meant to be aligned with me, if you choose me, I choose you. If you choose me, I choose you. And then you say it again. If you choose me, I choose you. So mote it be. And send out that energy. All right. What's up, Reba? All right. So you're wanting a general pull. I got you. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Missy Lee. I almost accidentally skipped over you. Sorry, Reba. 1 second. All right. Number 5, Misty. All right. You are a Libra. Recently, you got back together with a Virgo. You just wanted to make sure you guys are on the right track now. Just want to make sure you're on the right track now. Yes, you are absolutely on the right track. That does not mean you won't have roller coaster moments. I do see they want me to say, even though you're on the right track, there are certain things that are heavy topics that need to be still talked about that you're both afraid because you don't want to break up. It's not like a cheat. It's not like he cheated or you cheated and you guys are keeping a big secret like that. It's very internal things. There are still some things that are being encouraged for you guys to talk about and create a space every day where when those questions arise, it's safe. But once you ask the questions, both of you get on with your day. You don't harp on it. A lot of times people can be so afraid to ask questions to their partner that's what creates the problem to begin with. And then it's going to be a volcano effect one day, everything coming out, asking all of your questions at once and it being pressured. Okay, you guys have done this before. You've learned from this. You're definitely on the right track together. Okay, just allow those heavy topics to be talked about and in ways where your presentation doesn't overspeak your word. And you're able to actually get to the resolution. You're meant to grow together. Tango partners step on each other's feet when they're learning new dances, but they don't give up on each other. All right. Reba, now, my friend, you are here. You want a general pull. General pull. Self-control. Self-control. Bluntness. Mean to be real and raw. Okay. Remember, I'm here for you, my friend. There is a connection that you have probably spoken, given a lot of energy to. And you're waiting for something to come back, and you're just in like this limbo state, and you're wondering, you know, is this person planning on reaching out to me, or etc.? I need you to... Spirit is saying that this individual does not have a plan on reaching back out to you. The last conversation, there were some brutal words, and you've kind of thrown that under the rug. Spirit wants you to look from the outside in. If one of your friends was being treated and belittled this way, what would you tell them to do? Because sometimes we can forget to do things like that. You have to see yourself sometimes as your friend What would you tell your friend to do if they were in this situation? Because a lot of times, something we would tell somebody else to do, you may not follow yourself because of being afraid of nothing else being there. There's a connection that spirit, and to not sweat the small things. If you're like, there's something I could have said, I could have done this different, it wouldn't have, in the big scheme of things, it wouldn't have changed the ending. Sure, you forgot to say one thing or whatever, but it's not, it wouldn't have pivoted this to a different destiny between you two. Spirit's calling you to move forward. All right. Alrighty. Now, number 7, Jessica. Number 7, Jessica. Okay, you're a Virgo, and you would like to know, is Dalvin coming back soon? Let's get an update for Jessica. Okay, I do see this is coming back, all right? Everything's going according to plan. You've harnessed the self-control. You've mastered the law of attraction with this specific connection about, like, you've finally been able to release that urge to reach out, It's like an itch. It's like an itch that doesn't stop for months, maybe even years sometimes. And once you get to that relief, you don't know how close you are when you finally are like at that sense of, I'm not telling myself, I don't have to convince myself not to reach out anymore. It's just embedded. I know. That's a sign about something connected with them as well, knowing that they can't keep running, okay? Because the Tingle partners, their minds are connected. It's going according to plan, okay? He's going to be coming back in the next couple of months, but don't focus on the timeline. Just remember to focus on what you do have control of and let everything else flow. Alrighty, guys. If you're interested in a personal reading also with me, you can go to my website. That's linked in the bio of my YouTube profile. I have a lot of available services as well, much more than general and deep dive readings. I also do soul uniting sessions where it's basically two people who are either lovers, family members, friends that are having confrontation with each other, or just want to more understand each other. We come together for 2 hours, either in person or via video chat, depending on how close the people are to me. And I read both of their cards, their lives to each other. They may know things, they may know everything about each other, but we continue to get to know things about our people, no matter if it's friends, family, a lover, until forever. You're always going to learn something new. And we go into like childhood. We go into things that they have never been able to find a way to express. And by the end of these sessions, there's crying, there's hugging, there's a release of confrontation. So that's one thing I'm honored to do for people. Another thing I have is my inner child and inner teenager healing sessions. Those sessions as well, we dive deep into what your inner child or your inner teenager is wanting you to know. If there's any wounds that are not being talked about or needing to be brought to surface, etc. And also the things that you've completed and where they do feel safe and where they don't feel safe within you. And then there's a lot of other stuff like the apprenticeship session. And if you're interested in learning anything more, go to my website, 𝗧𝗓𝗙𝗏.com. When you get on that homepage, if you look at the top right corner, there's going to be 3 horizontal lines. That's a drop down menu. So if you click on that, you're going to see the words My Services pull up. You click on those words, My Services, and that's where all of the information is. And whatever one you choose, there's a button right underneath it to click the schedule. So you don't have to back out and go to another page. You just simply pick the one you want and click schedule. And if you're somebody that simply just knows what you already want from me, right when you get on the homepage, there's a button that pops up that says click here to schedule your reading. Only click that if you know what reading you are wanting. And if you're curious about all of it, or if you're also curious about the pricing of the readings, make sure you go to that My Services tab first, all right? Now, we're going to go ahead and conclude our live reading for today, but we're still having an after stream on YouTube. We're still having an after stream on Twitch. It is currently, wow, it's 11:23 my time, 1-2 1123. I'm gonna be on by like 11:50, about 11:40, 11:50. So, realistically, honestly, I would say I'm gonna be on in about 25, 30 minutes actually. And we tonight will be playing. I don't know what we'll play yet. I'll figure out what we play once we get on stream. But remember, we do give away that free reading every single stream simply by following me and commenting the active keyword of the chat. And that link is also on my YouTube profile. And it is Twitch at 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗄𝗏 Official. Okay? I did see a few people that just went ahead and added themselves to the super chatters. So I will go ahead and write down you guys and your questions, and you will be the first ones that are answered on tomorrow's live stream, okay? And that live stream will start in between the time of 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll let you guys know via community tab, Instagram stories, etc. the exact time for tomorrow. All right, so it looks like we left off with perfect. All right, Will the Thrill, you are number 1 for tomorrow. What's his role in your life long term? What's his role in your life long term? Got you, homie. Okay, now number 2 for tomorrow is Raven. What's up, my friend? Okay, and you have a specific question as well. I'm happy you're here too. Last time I was here, you said I projected. What and where do I go while I actually change? Okay, where do you go when you astral project? When you astral project. Astral project. All right. Perfect. Alrighty, guys. You too, William and Raven. I'll be doing yours right at the first thing tomorrow. Other than that, if I don't see you guys on the TikTok live stream in about 25, 30 minutes, then I will see you guys tomorrow on the next stream. Thank you. Oops. Thank you for being here, guys. And I will see you when I see you. Let's get it.